Papa San Rice Bowl.
Now, sports.
Two dominant Shamrock champions. Welcome back to sports, everyone. I'm Chaz Messman. Kelly Pumano and Hunter Hancock are two of the most accomplished wrestlers in Arizona and Yuma Catholic history. The pair capped off their illustrious high school careers, winning their third and second state championships respectively this past month. Both were dominant, but they could be no more different.
Two polar opposites, the completely opposites. Like Kale is really quiet and kind of keeps himself, just handles his business. Hunter is big game hunter because, like I said, he's one of those guys. He's not really going to wow you in the practice room, but when the lights come on and you're out in the mat all by yourself, he's one of those guys that he's a prime time. He shows up in prime time.
Lee Pumano won the Arizona Division IV state championship at 120 pounds, his second straight and third overall. The senior recently gained All-American status after showing out at a national tournament in Fargo, North Dakota.
It's really hard to believe, and because I never really saw myself as getting, better as wrestling as I grew up. But as I got into high school, after I won state my freshman year, I really saw it as a possibility of trying to become one of the best in Yuma to ever do it.
Hancock won the championship in the 157-pound class, his second state title. Hancock also finishes his time at YC with 154 pins, the second most in Arizona history.
I'd say I have a different wrestling style. It's pretty hard to know what I'm gonna do because I do different stuff every time. So I'd say they say it like a funky wrestler.
I believe it's just his athletic ability. The kid can do backflips, back tucks. He can do full splits. He's just very, very athletic.
Both Shamrocks were fueled by lessons learned in defeat. Lee Pumano lost in the state final as a sophomore, and Hancock lost in last year's final.
I got a little too lazy my sophomore year. That's why I lost. And so the next year I just kept getting, hungry for that state title again. And it's just keeping that same mentality the whole time.
After losing my last one last year, I just came back and I worked my butt off all season to come back and be another state champ.
Time you lose in the state finals, definitely the hunger is there, and especially for him, it was just basically his journey from that point on. It's like, that's never going to happen to me again.
Hancock celebrated his championship victory in iconic fashion.
Honestly, I didn't know what I was going to do after I won, but I was in the stands and I was just like, what should I do? And they're like, do a flip. So I was like, okay, because everyone does a backflip, and I wanted to be a little bit different, so I did that.
Both Lee Pumano and Hancock are now at wrestling tournaments looking to place at the national level and trying to possibly wrestle in college. Three Central Spartans are headed to the college ranks together. Alex Trejo, Davian Hartfield, and Xander Sandoval each signed their letters of intent to play football at Southwestern, and this marks a major step forward in their lives.
I always remember coming to Central when I was younger, and just to have the whole school kind of celebrate me and my teammates feels really good because Central is a special place.
It means bigger opportunities for me, to go out and be a better athlete and become like a man and do things on my own.
Southwestern is located in San Diego and offers these Spartans an opportunity to stay close to home and grow together on and off the field.
It makes it 10 times better. Having family out there, my teammates are like my family to me, so having family out there, we already know we're going to push each other to the max.
I'm hoping to live with them too, so it becomes easier. We already have chemistry through middle school and high school, so it would be nothing new, living with two of my best friends.
The trio is thrilled to not only represent their new school at the next level, but the Imperial Valley as a whole.
I really want to go to a university. I want to put on for the Valley. Even for other athletes that's signing, it's not only just signing, we're signing for the Valley and representing the Valley.
Congrats, you three, on this accomplishment. We look forward to watching you battle out together this fall for the Jaguars. The athletic director for Southwestern is Ron Valenzuela, who's actually a Central alum, so we got a big Spartan presence out there in San Diego. March Madness is in full swing today, and there's been some awesome actions. And tomorrow, the 4th-seeded Arizona Wildcats tip off their tournament campaign against the 13-seed Akron. Here's Wildcat head coach Tommy Lloyd on the eve of the Cats tournament opener.
The coolest thing is about this tournament is it's one and done. It's the coolest thing and the worst thing about it all together. So you have to have your team, prepared to come out, come out and play consistent basketball.
The Grand Canyon Lopes are in the tournament for the third consecutive year, and as the 13-seeded Lopes look to upset 4th-seeded Maryland, they will look to lean on the experience from the past couple of years.
You know, I think last year's experience helped a lot of our guys to want to come back this year to Grand Canyon. It's really hard to retain players. I do think, you know, they know the routine, they know what's expected, and a lot of them came back, you know, for this reason.
Molly Miller and the GCU women also tip off their first tournament tomorrow against Baylor. That game starts at 12:30. Yeah, my bracket's still looking pretty good so far. None of the big hitters have been taken out. I'd love to hear what you guys are looking at and how your brackets have been doing, so make sure to hit me up on social media. But for now, that's all we have time for in sports.